I'll make a little bit more of it with Karabirk and then some medium again. Kind of stipple some of this on there. Take the edge off of some of the paint. What about the... Yeah, I think we'll make this a little bit pinkish too. The little animal thing. The leech crawling over his skin. Little dots all over his skin though. Poor little horsey, man. Little horsey man has all kinds of boils. It does create some visual interest though. So if you have some boils in real life, just consider that. It creates a little bit of visual variety. Isn't that nice? We need some of it over here too. I think that's good. Okay. I've done quite a bit on the horse's eye right over here. So I've got to make sure that I mirror that as well on the other side. We want the eyes to be quite bloody. But because the rest of the horse and all of the colors on this mini are so greenish, yellowish, right? There's really not that much variety. I think these type of tones are going to become a lot more obvious because of it. So normally the purple is not that strong, but I think on a mini like this, it does actually come across as quite a strong color. So I do want to make sure that I don't go too overboard. I recently watched a Supermarket Simulator series as a store manager at Aldi after 10 years and it stressed me out. Dude, I saw there was a similar game that just came out a couple weeks ago called like Trading Cart Store Simulator or something like it. It reminds me a lot of Supermarket Sim. Visually, it looked very similar. I may want to check out another one of those. Are you trying to suggest, by the way, that my store management is not as amazing as you thought it would be? I've never worked in a supermarket before, but there's Drug Dealer Simulator? Well, that's what I do in my day-to-day life, right? So I don't really have to simulate that. Oh wait, was I supposed to say that out loud? It was a joke! It was a joke! Dude, it's so dark and outside all of a sudden, man. The plastic crack, man. Hobby store simulator. Sim games are so fun to play though. They sound a little ridiculous, but I do really like simulator games like that. It's actually really fun. Okay. There's a couple of little dots over here too. I think stippling it might be actually a little bit better. Yeah, that works quite well. Anything else? Oh yeah, right. The severed head over here needs to have a similar treatment. Because this always looks like stretched skin to me. Because I think that's what it is. So we'll try to create a little bit of a bloody look like that. Add a little bit of pink in there. Okay, time for our second coat. Across all of the wounds. Should be nice and dry now. Just using water here. And mostly a clean brush to feather this all out. So effectively just mopping up some of the excess and spreading it out a bit. Yeah, it's already becoming a bit more noticeable. Very slow application, but it works. Is this like a man's child coloring book? Yes. Isn't that what painting is? It is interesting. I see, with people that aren't too familiar with mini painting, I'm seeing like two different vibes. People are like, lol, what grown adult is out there painting plastic soldiers? That's very cringe. That seems to be a popular category. And then another category is people are like, this is an art form. It's kind of like going to the museum. Seems like the extremes are quite noticeable. I'd like to think of myself in category 2. But you can put me anywhere. Ultimately, it's both. Yeah, this makes it a lot more visible already. A little bit of a purple hue over here. Make the horse's skin look a bit bruised. Same for the eye. Another little layer over here. Another little layer on the other side. Okay. Look, I've been painting Warhammer for years and you paint better than me? Ha! There's the ego boost, guys! My ego needed a boost. No, thank you very much. You're trying to get your kids to switch from Legos to Knicks? Oh, I remember Knicks. I haven't seen it in years. Is K'NEX also very expensive? That's the first thing that goes through my mind when I hear people talking about Legos. Legos are expensive as shit, man. And I say this as somebody who regularly buys Warhammer stuff. It's way cheaper than Legos? Okay. Yeah. K'NEX is probably less painful. I heard stepping on a Lego is a horrible pain. Oh, I have stepped on many Legos as a child. It is not a nice feeling. I gave Lauren for Christmas last year, like this Lego. You have two of them. There's this Lego Hogwarts Castle. I got her the smaller one. It was actually really fun. We built some of it together. She built the vast majority of it herself, but it was actually it was really fun. I hadn't done it in ages, but had a good time. My beautiful clean horse skin, dude. Ay, ay, ay. Horse skin. My beautiful clean horse skin. Sorry. It's becoming all bruised. Can't believe it. This music though, I put stuff on when studying for certification exams. It's so soothing. I'm trying to put on just a little bit of a chill. Like basically what my stream is, I tried to be the perfect second monitor stream. When you're at work, just put me on the second monitor all day. A little bit of lo-fi, yeah. Lo-fi's nice. You gonna watch a Genshin special? Wow, dude. I see how it is. Yo, have a good one, take care. Can't compete with Genshin, chat. How am I ever gonna compete with Genshin? The weebs do what the weebs do. Play it, Lowko, it's free. How can Genshin be simultaneously free, but also the most expensive game to play, chat? I've never played Genshin, but how can it be free and more expensive than anything else? Find that a little bit suspicious is what I'm saying. It's free to play, it's only expensive if you got the gacha? The gacha? Mm-hmm. I think I want to add a little bit as well to the skin over here. Make it look a little bit more lively. I mean, it's a severed head. So how lively do we want it to be? Not very, but... Oh. But a little bit of color in these fleshy areas is probably not a terrible idea. It's a slot machine disguised as an anime waifu. Yeah, I'm not into anime, guys. It's not really my jam. So I don't think it's really for me, but... Okay, so here's the horse skin. We've got some more bruising and a little bit of disgustiveness. Disgustingness all over it. I would like to maybe get just a tiny little bit more for the little back section over here. I feel like this one is a little too clean. Disgustivity. That's it. How are you doing, Mr. Ramble? Goedemiddag, Pik. Goedemiddag, vrijdag. Okay, sorry. Sorry, guys. We're getting raided by Dialan. Everybody behave. How are you doing, Mr. Dialan? Thank you for the raid. No. We didn't do anything. We gotta let this dry for a minute. Is this Christmas music? Is this what they play in the Dialan household? No, it's not Christmas music, but... This is for my my viewers from the Philippines. I know they start Christmas early there. Your dad used to listen to a lot of music like this around Christmas? This is illegal. Yeah. Now that you mention it, it is actually a little Christmassy. Oh, nice. An ad started playing right as Dialan's raided the stream. Shout out to Twitch. Twitch is like, perfect, new viewers, ads. 3 minutes of them, baby. Woo! You're a sub. You are, but not all your viewers are, I don't think. Yeah. We want to do a little bit of highlighting on some of the wounds. Oh, you're right. I never considered that, Ramble. Sub is the opposite of ad? If you're a sub, you don't get ad? Oh, that just blew my mind. How's the lens behaving? Bam! 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 I think it's behaving. Yeah, my problems are lens related. This looks much better now. Yeah, it is pretty much immediately in focus now, which is kind of lovely. That's exactly what I was going for. So the only problem is that this camera now is a little too yellow, and this one takes a second or so now to find, but it's... I can change... What the fuck did I do? I can change that with a little bit of white balance. I already thought it was lens related. Yeah. But I didn't really want to spend more money. But it turns out I didn't have to spend money. How nice is that? The only thing that's sketchy, and this sketches me out a little bit, I can show you guys. Let me see. I need to take a picture. So the camera is dangling like this off of like a clamp that is attached to that overhead beam. And this sketches me out a little bit. So I know this clamp can apparently carry about 5 kilos. And this thing over here, this whole setup over here is maybe 1.5 kilos. But it still sketches me out. Because I'm afraid that one day I am gonna come into this room and it's just gonna, you know, it should be fine. Yes, yeah. That is the key word. I know they are strong. That's not the point. So they are rated for more than this, and I've got it really secure and all that, but... Oh no, I'm not worried about my head. No, my head is not important. What's important is the camera lens. Who cares about my head? I can just get a new one. I don't know how the insurance company would respond. So I was dangling this camera off of a little clamp. Can you guys maybe like pay me money for that? That'd be great, thank you. Yeah, so I'm hoping that it's gonna stay within focus. That would be nice. Yeah, but I don't think a bigger one is gonna be better. I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Like, it's rated for 3 times the weight than what is dangling from it right now. You have ones that go all the way around. Just for my own mental sake, I guess that's an option. I don't know, I don't think it's really necessary. Yeah, I could, exactly, I could either, I could like, just even attach like a little string around it, you know? Like a little piece of string would go a long way for my sanity. But it's still completely unnecessary. But still. Is it staying within focus? Because I can't really see myself paint, but I think it should be better. I mounted a 250-pound 86-inch TV on your wall, and your mount is rated to hold it. I think you should be more worried about your wall. So, okay. I'm not worried about a mount. I think drywall is easy. All right. It depends on where you live. I've seen videos of how they built European houses versus American houses in particular. A concrete wall will be all right. If it's one of those cardbox walls, it might be a little bit tricky, a little bit sketchy. Yo, thank you again, Dylan. Have a nice day, dude. I'm doing a little bit of highlighting to each of the wounds. Maybe a couple of these little spots as well. Nothing quite like a highlighted wound, you know what I mean? I was actually afraid that this pink horror was going to be too bright, but I'm now thinking it should be even brighter. I may make a bit of a brighter mix. I don't have my television mounted to the wall. I'm a savage. I just put it up on a... We have like a little, like a stand for the TV. I wanted to mount it up on the wall once upon a time. And then I realized I don't want to anymore. Because I would have to, like, you know, nah. It's not a very fun process. It depends on if you... Yeah, well, I do own my home, but it's still... It's a concrete wall. And I drilled into the concrete wall in this room. And I got like a little tear. It's fine, I covered it up. But, you know, I got like a little... It's split. You have to use like a specific... I don't know. Yeah, I don't really... I didn't really want to go there. No. I think I'm gonna try and make this mix slightly brighter. I'll grab a little bit of Screaming Skull. Maybe like a tiny little dot highlight. Welcome to those of you, by the way, from Dialand stream. I am not even remotely as good at painting, but I'm trying. And I'm having a good time, learning a new skill. Okay. Maybe a tiny little bit over here too, if we can. Now that I'm looking at it. I think I'll add some blood for the blood god in those wounds as well in a little bit. What's up, Louie? Okay. I'm gonna do some edge highlighting, a little bit of edging with Screaming Skull on all of the skin, but also on the little wound ridges. How do you do, fellow edgers? To go in with some more Caribou Crimson in a little bit. Are we a Colapinto fan? I am definitely a Colapinto fan, yes. I'm hoping Colapinto gets a seat for next year. Because he's been driving really well, dude. I'd feel bad for him if he doesn't get a seat. It's kind of sad Ricardo is out. But, yeah. Not too surprising, I guess, but still kind of sucks. Colapinto's very good, though. Nice to see him getting a shot. Ricardo is out, yeah, Ricardo is out. He got replaced for like the last 5-6 races of the season. Well, yeah, VCarp's strategy has also been shit. Like, he's been getting outscored pretty heavily by Tsunoda. It is what it is. Local media loves him. Everything he does gets covered all day long. Oh, really? You're from Argentina? Yeah, Colapinto is genuinely doing a good job. I'm a little surprised they never really give Yuki a proper shot though. Like Yuki is playing, like Yuki is a great driver, right? Like it was always Ricardo who was in the running for a seat at Red Bull. It seems like Yuki is never considered. I don't think Yuki will ever get a shot at Red Bull. Which kind of sucks, to be honest. Because I like Yuki. Yuki seems like he seems to have grown up quite a bit too. He was a bit of you know, he has some anger issues, but he's a Formula 1 driver, right? Like they all have anger issues. Other than maybe Piastri, but... I mean, he's got a personality. Maybe they don't really like it. I do think Yuki is Yuki. I've always been a fan of Yuki. I think Yuki's very fun. Yuki's good enough to gatekeep for Red Bull Racing, but not good enough for Red Bull Racing? Yeah, it seems like it, but I mean... Especially with the way that, especially like earlier this season, with the way that Perez was driving, it seemed like everybody was kind of talking about potentially Ricciardo having a chance to move up to Red Bull, and for Liam to take his seat at V-Carb. But nobody ever considered, it seems like for some reason that Yuki is never in the conversation. I think Yuki is... I think Yuki's very good. He's also still very young. I don't know, they'll never give Yuki a shot, it seems, but... But yeah, Colapinto is the real deal. Colapinto scored in his second race. Like, he has already scored more points than Sargent did in 2 seasons, man. Either Colapinto is the real deal or Sargent was just really shit. I felt bad for Sargent. It also gotta suck for Sargent, right? That he leaves the team after really not getting anything done in his seasons. He doesn't get a whole lot of, I don't think he got a single point, did he? Anyways, and then the second race, a different guy in your car. Or no longer his car, I guess, but second race, the other guy gets the points. It's, yeah, it's gonna be kind of frustrating, but Formula 1 is on break though, right? Like it's like another 4 weeks or so until another race. Maybe 3 weeks now. I'm not sure why. Like why, does anybody know why there's such a long time in between? It's like 4 weeks in between now. I believe the next race is in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Always giant stars all over that circuit. You can tell that the Texan people are very proud of their star. Nobody knows? Okay. Yeah, I've been wondering about that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to cover some of that up. This paint doesn't flow very well. At least I'm having a bit of a harder time. Edge highlighting. What's going on, Harry? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm gonna have to run a tiny little bit of Caribou Crimson into some of these wounds again, because I messed up a bit. You had a great and crazy day on the ladder? Did you win? Are you up? Or down after today's laddering? Not much changed, okay. That happens. Hours of laddering, only to come back to the point where you were already at. The StarCraft Classic. Start with 5 wins, end with 5 losses. Perfectly balanced. Okay. I think I'm gonna dilute this a little bit and do a tiny bit of glazing, because I have a tiny, I don't know, there's a little bit of spill over here. This color isn't quite right. I find the emoticons on Twitch so strange. What are these roundy-headed yellow guys? That is Potbro. Potbro from a game called Elden Ring. There's a popular character in that game. If you don't know all the references, sometimes the emojis can be a bit weird. I've been streaming for a long time, so I guess some of them make sense to me, but if you have any questions about any of them, let me know. I'm no expert though, but I dropped one of my paints. I think that color is slightly closer. I'm also gonna get a tiny bit of brain matter beige. Good thing it wasn't a Citadel pot. True. It was a dropper bottle. Okay. Trying to add a little bit of a transition between some of the harsher reds and then some of the skin. It's always a bit tricky though. What good is a dropper bottle if you never drop it? Good point. That's a very good point, actually. You gotta occasionally drop your dropper bottles. I did not consider that. Okay. Who's that emoji? I have no idea, Fear Dragon. Kekheim? I have no clue what the origin of Kekheim is. Honestly, I don't know the origin of most emojis, I guess. Can you make this more realistic? Most horses have poop stains on their tail because they poop so much. Horses don't poop that much, do they? Are you a horse expert? A horse bird? You live in San Francisco, dude. Do they have horses in San Francisco? I don't think there's horses in San Francisco. Horses haven't been seen there since, you know, the introduction of the car. It's been a while. There are a few. I guess really rich folks in San Francisco can afford horses. So you probably have a horse, right? Police horses? Yeah. We have those over here too. The politie te paard. De bereden politie. They should stop making horses. Yeah, the developers haven't updated horses in a while. Actually, that's not true. I saw a television thing about the horses they use for like those Olympic sports and whatnot these days. Those things are fucking huge, man. Those things are patched and updated. Those are the 21st edition of them. Big boy horses. Okay. We should patch horses to be more effective post-early game. Well, horses have been incredibly effective for thousands of years. Maybe we should nerf other modes of transportation instead. Because it's clearly not the horse that's overpowered. It's the car, the train, the metro. The tram. The airplane. Or, oh, you think that was the beta of IRL? Maybe we can give them, yeah, like a KD8 charge? It's not a great, yeah, it's not a bad idea. Mechanical horses are overpowered. That's what I'm getting at, I guess. Okay, we want to do a little bit of, I want to do a circle. So on the box art, and on most of the art here, I think this is the mark of Nurgle. These little, these circular bits on the horse's neck, they are actually yellow. So I want to try and add a round of yellow in there. But that is a little bit tricky, because I basically need to draw a yellow circle in 3 different locations without actually going too far over the edge. Because I do want to have a little bit of that crimson color at the bottom of it. How are you doing, Mr. Rumpus? Good morning. The Americans are starting to wake up, chat. Have you made your Pledge of Allegiance today? To all the Americans, that is. In the Netherlands, we also have a Pledge of Allegiance. We pledge fealty to the king, of course, every morning. You're an hour away from going to bed? Oh. Okay, we'll have to do a couple of coats. Okay, let's just let that dry. America's always awake. You pledge your gun, your god, your flag, and your truck? Damn, dude. You have a truck? Huge. It is a fort though, right? You saw one drive by? Oh, okay, okay. That's good enough. I saw an MKBHD video yesterday on, I think, what's it called? A silver something, silver, I think it's a Chevrolet. An electric version of it. Big ass fucking pickup truck. That thing actually looked kind of sick. Insane battery, dude. I'm not a fan of pickup trucks personally, but that thing is pretty cool. Okay, the circle drawing is going all right. One more circle. All right. Circles are looking decent. We'll have to do a second coat because this is not gonna be enough. But I think I'll do a little bit of, maybe a couple of the boils as well on the horse with a bit of a yellow touch. This one over here is very prominent. That one gets to be yellow. There's one over here that's been bothering me for a long time because it's ugly. Maybe I'll like you better in yellow. There we go. Only the big ones, okay? There's a couple of smaller ones over here. Okay, fine, you also get to be, this one was begging for it. Maybe one of the ones over here, the biggest one. There we go. We need a little bit of, you know, what's a boil without a little bit of pus? You know what I mean? What's even the point of having boils if they're not just about to burst? You ended up buying the Age of Sigmar core rulebook? Ooh. That's not a miniature, Shiny. No minis today?